I quickly ran off a slide in the back room a while ago, and I don't think it's going to project. It's a slide of this picture, which was the 7 licks of fire, the supernatural picture taken in Grass Valley, California. And I don't think it's going to project what I want projected, so I did a little ink addition on it right there. And if you ever get this picture in your hand again, you can look for that little picture there because it didn't show up on this transparency. But I've told you before, but I've never shown you the picture. I was talking with Brother Sidney Jackson one day, prophet from South Africa, that was a close friend of Brother Branham's. And he said, Brother Branham took this picture. And he says, Brother Sidney, he says, look close behind me on the platform, holding up this picture. And he says, look closely behind me. He says, do you see that face that looks like an old Indian chief or something? And Brother Jackson says, yes, I see that. Said, I've never noticed that there before. He says, that's my old nature. He said, it's always there to haunt you. He says, when you receive Christ and His Word. Now, I'm going to do my hands the way Sidney did because it's very significant. And he said that's the way Brother Branham did. He says, when you stand and receive the word for the hour, the revelation of the hour, he says that Holy Ghost fire comes down into your soul and he says burns out the old nature. He didn't say a word, but you got a picture. It loses the position of dominion, but it moves to a place of influence. It cannot make you do anything, but it'll talk to you as if it's in the same place that it always was, but it has no power. And he says, my old nature looks like an Indian chief because my mother was half Indian. Now, if that happened to a prophet, that's what happens to every child of God. The old nature is burned out of you, and your new nature is God. But the old nature is always there to haunt you. It'll try to condemn you over the things that it did in your body. Are you following me? So consequently, that's why God says you are a new creature. Why? Because the control tower inside is brand new, absolutely new, and didn't do a thing against God. And that's why you can stand justified before God as if you never did it, because you, the real you, the predestinated soul from God, you did not do it. It was that old nature that did it, and were you perfectly